everybody. Today we are making a creamy pesto pasta with a balsamic and tomato topping. It's one of my favorite dishes to make for dinner when company's coming over. It's really easy and super flavorful. So what you want to do to begin, you want to get your balsamic and tomato topping marinating. So you want 3 cups of diced tomato, pretty small, about a 1/4 inch dice or a little bit bigger. And to that you're going to add 1/2 cup of finely diced red onion, 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So it's like a vinaigrette. And you want to get this marinating while you're doing everything else so that it'll be nice and all the flavor is nice and married by the time you're ready for it. So just mix that up. And for the tomatoes, 3 cups of tomatoes. For me, I usually get 2 really good big size tomatoes or 3 medium size is about right. So I'm just going to mix that up, set that aside. Use a slotted spoon because that's what you're going to want later for serving it. And then just set that aside. And the next thing that you want to do to prepare ahead of time is toast your pine nuts. So you'll want about 1/2 cup of pine nuts. I like a lot of pine nuts, so you can use a little bit less if you want to, but you can always use them on your salad the next day, if you don't use them all. So to toast the pine nuts, you just want to, in a dry frying pan over medium to high heat, just sprinkle them in a dry pan and then toast them, swirl it around, flip them around and toast them for about 2 minutes till you get them about this color. And then when they're done, set them aside on a plate so that they'll stop cooking and they can cool. So you've got those 2 things done, set aside and ready to go. And then the pasta that I use for this is a rigatoni pasta. You'll just need the 1-pound bag. So you want to cook your pasta for 5 minutes less than the package says. So I usually take the number right in the middle of the minimum and maximum that they say, subtract 5 minutes. So mine was 15 minutes, subtract 5 minutes. So I'm pre-cooking my pasta for 10 minutes. While we get our pesto sauce ready, and you'll see why in a minute. So to make our pesto sauce, in a blender, we're simply going to add 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened a little bit to room temperature, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 cup of really packed basil leaves. I really like a lot, so just really pack it down and get 1 full cup, 1/4 cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese. So basically we're making a pesto. About 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we have 1 cup of veggie broth here that we're going to add. I'm just going to add half of it first to get it started. And then just add your other. Just wipe down the sides to get everything mixing in. And you just want to blend this till it's really well blended. That looks good, smells really good, really fresh and basil-y. So my pasta, my rigatoni pasta has now been cooking for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go get it, drain it, and then add it back to the pot, which I'll bring back here. And then we're gonna cook it the rest of the way in our pesto sauce. So we're gonna add our pasta right back to the pot that we cooked it in. It's been strained. And then to that, you're gonna add your pesto sauce. And this is just going to cook into the pasta and create its own sauce. It's really, really good. Now you want to use a pot that you have a lid for. A Dutch oven like this is great, but not really necessary as long as you have a pot that has a nice fitting lid. And see, we're mixing it all in, so you're going to have this really pretty green pasta. Now I'm going to quickly get it back over to the stove. I'm going to cook it a little lower so that it won't burn because we're going to have the lid on it. So I'm going to put it on low for about 4 to 5 more minutes. Ooh, that's hot. Use hot pads. So my pasta has been cooking in our pesto sauce for an additional 4 minutes, and it looks really good. So to serve it, you just want to put it in pasta bowls And then with your slotted spoon, you just want to top it with some of your balsamic tomato and onion topping. Right on top. Sprinkle it with some pine nuts. And I like to add another little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. I love my little spiral grater. And there you go. Creamy pesto pasta with the balsamic tomato topping. Easy enough to fix on a weeknight, fancy enough to serve with company. I love it. I think you will too. I hope you'll give it a try. So go to the website at noboneslife.com to download the recipe. Check out our products and our gadget and pantry page while you're there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.